Well, ladies and gentlemen, literally not that long ago, I tweeted this out. The new eventual Chelsea owners must look into the free agents market. It might be a great way to do deals quickly. As you can see, list of names. One name you really need to focus on is this Perisic of Inter Milan. Let's react to this because there's a lot of news going on about this particular player, seemingly very close to signing for Chelsea Football Club.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Ivan Perisic, that's the news that's floating around. That's what everyone's talking about. That apparently this particular acquisition is done and dusted. It's just waiting on medical to happen. Look, we are getting closer till the end of the season, and I'm not surprised by some of these rumors coming into fruition, and also knowing the fact that our ownership situation is also should be done and dusted very very soon. So I think it's time we take some of these things seriously, especially this one where there was apparently some interest in January, and it makes sense. Chilwell been injured for very, very long time this particular season, and it's been detrimental to our cause. And someone like Ivan Perisic would have been a perfect acquisition in January, and perhaps we wouldn't have struggled that much on that left side. Let's look into a little bit about this particular news before we get into the nitty gritty of this whole situation. This is what's been tweeted out in about less than a couple of hours ago, really. Chelsea are close to signing Ivan Perisic and have offered him a 2-year contract with a salary worth 4.5 million euros a season, which is more than Inter Milan's current offer. This is from Sabatini at GIFN. Sandro Sabatini, 151.4k followers, obviously connected from the Italian side of things. And this is what Fabrizio Romano tweeted not that long ago, if you guys remember. Fabrizio Romano reported Chelsea's interest last month and that he was appreciated by Tuchel's let's see. He was appreciated by Tuchel. Let's see. And this was the tweet not that long ago. Chelsea are set to receive permanent offers from, so a little bit about Colwell. Chelsea wanted Ivan Perisic in January and was appreciated by Thomas Tuchel. Fabrizio Romano and podcast. Here we go. Simon Phillips pretty much tweeted the same thing as well, but from a different source. Ivan Perisic has reached an agreement with Chelsea. Only medical examinations and his signature are missing. This is coming from Sports Media Set.it and Inter Extra. Look, obviously we have to take all of these transfer news with a pinch of salt. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if this happens because it makes sense. As I said, before we look into the stats of of this particular player, let's try and understand whether this particular transfer actually makes sense or not, which will then give us a bit of an indication whether this could happen or not. For me, Ben Chilwell is the out-and-out frontline left wing-back player. Someone like Ivan Perisic, I think, who's 33 years old, moving into maybe 34 next season. We'll have a look at the stats very soon. It makes sense. He's a great rotational player, very experienced player. We're going to lose a lot of experience this particular season in the likes of Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta, perhaps Marcus Alonso, as much as a lot of the fan base may not completely appreciate him, me included. Love everything that he's done in terms of scoring goals and assists and whatnot, but overall play is not really there. But at the end of the day, Marcus Alonso is another player that's got a lot of experience, and Ivan Perisic brings that as well in abundance. International level for Croatia, very important player, will link up very nicely with Matija Kovacic, and Inter Milan days, Lukaku being there as well. I'm pretty sure Ivan Perisic played some matches with Romelu Lukaku. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain he would have played something there. We'll find that out from the stats. But this is, for me, a great rotational backup player. As I said, Chilwell is the front line player. Ivan Perisic will be the rotational. Yes, there's a lot of talks about Cucurella in recent times. And for me, it's still the number one selection. Cucurella, for me, is not just a rotational player. I think he could very well be a frontline player along with Ben Chilwell and would compete immensely. Similarly, with the Ivan Perisic, you'll compete, but you just know Ivan Perisic isn't the long-term solution. But at, meanwhile, we probably don't need a long-term solution for the rotational side of things. Ben Chilwell, as I said, is still the frontline player, and with Mark Cucurella, maybe it's too difficult to do the deal right now, knowing that there's still 3 or 4 seasons left for Mark Cucurella, because Brighton literally just bought that player. So maybe it's not as feasible as we think it is. Yes, Thomas Tuchel probably likes that player as well. Yes, we're linked with him, but maybe it's not easy to just prize him away from Brighton. So this is a very, very smart. We've been talking about how the new owners coming in, we've got to do some smart business. We don't necessarily need to go out there and buy the most shiniest toys out there, but we've got to do smart business. Let's check out some stats now for Ivan Perisic. This is from SofaScore, ladies and gentlemen. Ivan Perisic, 187 centimeters tall, 33 years old, 2nd Feb 1989. So he turned 33 this year, so 34 next year. A lot of the people have some concerns about that. The age is a factor, but the man, there's look, I don't watch too much Inter Milan matches, but I did watch recently both legs against Liverpool, and Ivan Perisic played really, really well, actually. Put Liverpool, player Trent Alexander-Arnold on that right side, which is Ivan Perisic's left side, in a lot of pressure, but overall as well, put immense pressure on Liverpool defense, pressing well, crossing from deep at times, hitting the byline and whipping it in from that side as well. I believe in the second leg where Lautaro Martinez scored, there was a fine play from Ivan Perisic on that left side. Whether he produced that assist, I don't exactly remember, but he was involved in the overall play. So for me, the 33-year-old scenario is not as daunting because he's not a long-term solution. He's going to be a rotational player. He's going to bring a lot of experience, and he's a very good player. He's a damn good player. Both-footed as well, so that's another plus point. I think Thomas Tuchel's looking for a particular wing-back option if we do continue with the wing-back. Even if we don't, I think he's just as well versed as a fullback or even as a winger up front. Someone who can play with both feet, which is very much needed if we continue, especially in the wing back situation. As I said, Croatian background, can play midfield, left wing, can even play in the striking role. I don't expect him to do that. Mostly in the left midfield, but most specifically as a left wing back. I think that suits him perfectly. In the Serie A, as you can see, some of these ratings are very, very good this season. Lots of ratings above 7, some above 8. As I said, some of the fans, Inter Milan fans, are saying he'll go down as their most, impactful player for this season. One of the players of the season for them. So this is great. Overall, 7.29 rating from SofaScore. This is the transfer history. Inter Milan joined in 31st/08/2020. So, yeah, he would have played one season with Romelu Lukaku because Lukaku came in last season. Bayern Munich before that. Inter Milan before that as well. So it was on loan in Bayern Munich for season 2019. Also, he was in Inter Milan since 2015. So obviously he would have played with Romelu Lukaku. Before that, Wolfsburg. Before that, Borussia Dortmund. 2011. I don't think Thomas Tuchel was part of that. Could have been Jurgen Klopp during that time. And then before that was Club Brugge. Obviously, Croatian international player. Look at that heat map, man. Absolutely eating up that left side. That's exactly what we want to see. Total played 33 Serie A games. Started 33 as well. So immense. I mean, from a injury point of view, touch wood, this guy does not get injured. He's a very fit player. And that's another thing that we need. We need players that are going to stay fit. Minutes per game, 82. Team of the week, 4. Goals, 7. 7 goals for the season. Scoring frequency, 385 minutes. Look, I'm not too interested about that. Goals per game, that's fine. Big chances missed, 2. Shots per game 1.2. Assists 6 assists for the season. Touches 54 per match. Big chances created 12. Great 1.5 key passes per game, which is also very good. Defensively, interceptions per game 1.4, tackles per game 1.1, possessions 0.6, dribble past game 0%, less than 1 dribbles past. So it doesn't really get dribbled past that often. So look at this: successful dribbles 0.8, 58%, total duels 3.8, 54%, ground duels 2.1, 49%, aerial duels. Look, overall as a defensive player, he's not that bad either, and then very good on the ball. Technicality is up there as well. Will 100% suit Thomas Tuchel's style of football. As I said, 33-year-old left-sided player, but is both footed, can play on the right side as well, which comes in handy. And yeah, look at this: 7 games played. 33 matches played in Serie A, 7 goals, 6 assists is phenomenal. 8 matches played in the Champions League, 1 assist. Italy Cup, 5 matches, 2 goals, 1 assist. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, this is a decent acquisition. This is really a decent acquisition if this actually happens. I would like it to happen. As I said, Marc Cucurella is the frontline player to have, but if that's impossible to get, 100% Ivan Perisic on a free transfer. Obviously, nothing's free. There'll be agent fees involved. There'll be signing on fee. But as you saw, it was 4.5 million euros per year. The salary, it's not astronomical. This makes complete sense. As I said, if Ben Chilwell is the frontline left wing back player, Ivan Perisic makes total sense as a rotational player. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about it as we've reacted to this particular news. Ivan Perisic news. Apparently everything is done and dusted. Medical examination is all that is left and the signature. I'm not going to be surprised if we get this particular player, and I'm actually going to be quite okay with it. Let me know how you feel about it, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.